Okay guys, I'm going to just give you a quick little bit of information here of what you're going to need if this is your first sport bike buy. The very first thing you're going to have to do when you buy a sport bike is you're going to have to make sure your oil level is always where it should be. And you probably know about your sight glass. That's the sight glass on mine. And they have a full and a low mark. Now, in order for you to check your oil level, your motorcycle has to be vertical. It has to be perfectly vertical. You can either get someone to hold it for you so you can check your oil, or you got to get support stands, or it's also called a motorcycle stand or a lifting stand, like I have here. Now, I have the kind that go on these. These are called spools. There's a location on the swing arm where they screw into. There's one for each side. They're cheap. There's all kinds you can get. In my case, I got the stud book. And what I did also is I modified my stand. This way it'll make it easier for me to lift the bike up. But in order for you to check your oil with the stand, you're going to need a back stand and a front stand. The way the motorcycle is, it's perfectly level and perfectly vertical. And yeah, but when you buy these, they don't tell you about the spools, you know. But these are called swing arm spools, and there's a spot on your swing arm for them to screw into. Now, the front stand, this is the yoke stand I have. There's an area, let me see if I can get a shot of you guys for this. There's a hole up inside there. It's up inside where the yoke is. And there's like a little bar. See if I can get one of these for you. That's the bar. Well, this is actually one of them that goes up inside there. Now there is another kind of stand too for the front. It goes up underneath here. But I like these. I prefer these. I think they're a little stronger. I could take my wheel off. Once I change the brakes, it's going to be a lot easier. But if you want to buy, I suggest to anyone with a sport bike to get front and a rear stand. It's going to make your maintenance on your motorcycle a lot easier. What else? Well, yeah, you're going to also have to have sliders. I recommend anyone who has a sport bike to put sliders, frame sliders, on your motorcycle in case if it does go over. It's going to hit that instead of messing your fairing up. You can even get your bar end grips. These are 3-inch bar end grips. They're a little longer because in case your motorcycle goes over on one side, these are going to get bent. And it's going to mess up your clutch cylinder and brake cylinder. And, you know, now of course this is all the stuff they don't tell you. None of this at the dealership. Or some guys even like the shorty lever. These are the long levers. Some guys like the shorty lever specifically for that reason. In case their bike goes over, they're not going to damage these. So you're going to need your spools. You're going to need your swing arm spools. You're going to need a back stand. You're going to need a front stand, possibly sliders. And that's about it, you know. It's an expensive hobby. Yeah, it is. You're going to also have to maintain your chain, too. I think I did a video on chain cleaning. I clean my chain probably about every couple 100 miles. I clean my chain with gasoline and WD-40, and then I spray this stuff here, fluid film. I swear by that stuff. It's the best stuff I think around. It's better than chain lube. And let me see what else can I tell you guys here. Oh yeah, another thing with sport bikes, whatever kind of tires, if you bought your motorcycle and it's new, the type of tires it comes with, when you go to replace them, put the same kind on. See, as you can see, these tires here, there's not much tread on them. Let's take a look at the back too. Back's the same thing. Okay? These sport bikes are not meant to be ridden on gravel. If you go on gravel with these, you will wreck. You will spill, you will put it on its side. These are not meant to go on gravel. They're not meant to go on sand. They're not meant to hit holes. These motorcycles are basically meant to go on a smooth, paved road. So whatever kind of tires your motorcycle is recommended to have, do not put anything else but the recommended tire. These are not dirt bikes. Okay? These motorcycles here are basically meant for racing, and that's it. They're meant to go on a smooth, paved surface. Also, another thing I want to tell you about is do not take these out on an extreme windy day, because your fairing acts like a parachute. If you have a real strong crosswind, it will throw you around. Okay, with this motorcycle here, I don't take this motorcycle out when I have extreme winds, because I've noticed that it pushes around really bad, because there's no places on the side of the motorcycle for the wind to go through. So when it hits it, if I have a 20 or 30 mile an hour wind hitting me at the side, it's going to literally throw me around and possibly cause me to wreck, which I have been thrown around quite a bit on this. So when I have strong winds, I don't go out on this, plain and simple. I just don't take it out. So I hope this helps you guys. Of course, when you buy these, they don't tell you none of this, because they just want to sell you the motorcycle. They don't tell you that you're going to need swing arm spools. They don't tell you about the stands you're going to need. They don't tell you how to maintain your chain. They don't tell you anything about the frame sliders or fairing protectors or stunt bars. They don't tell you about the fairing, how the fairing acts as a parachute. They don't tell you none of that. They don't tell you about your tires should be the type of tires that motorcycle are recommended for, which they're almost slicks. They're basically almost slicks. They just got a little bit of tread in them. These motorcycles are also not meant to be ridden in rain. Okay, they are not meant to be ridden on a wet surface. They're basically, like I said before, a smooth, paved, dry surface, and that's it. Plain and simple. Once you get these, you have to also watch out for when your tires are cold. If it's cold outside, the pavement's going to be cold, and you just might slide. Because these tires here, they're rock hard. They're rock hard tires. There are a lot of things that you have to understand when you get involved with sport bikes. Okay? You're basically, every time you get on this, it's almost just like you're going on a racetrack. That's the code you got to live by. All right? Hope this helps you guys.